Hello, retrying tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem The Binding Blade with me, Blue and Sue. So, suffice to say, I ended up redoing the chapter. I apologize, because then you guys don't get to see the stats or the final, level ups and everything we get, but, you know, I played it basically the same, except a little bit carefuler with Sue. I was reading up on the walkthrough a little bit, and there's basically 2 nomads that you can recruit in the course of the normal game. There might be a 3rd later on that starts pre-promoted, but they never count. And I was thinking, well, sure, you know, I could miss Sue, but I could get the 2nd nomad. That's fine, we can try that one out. But it turns out, the only way to recruit the 2nd nomad is to have Sue recruit them. So yeah, you basically, if you let her die on this map, or before anyone else, you lose your chance of having nomads for the entire game. And apparently she's pretty good, so I decided to redo it and recruit her for sure. So that's the main difference. Other than that, if we look at the unit list, there might be some differences in levels. I tried to balance it as well pretty effectively. I think Luff got a few more kills and maybe slightly better stats. Other than that, I probably didn't change up very much. I think Rutger is a little bit less leveled up, and it's about the same, honestly. Other than some slightly different stats. If you can catch any different stats, you know, congratulations. It's fine. But I wanted to show you seizing, because we get some dialogue that we missed last time because she died. And, you might remember her parentage from Fire Emblem 7. But yeah, we did hear that Byrne was invading the plains of Sakai, as well as the Lycian League, basically. See, look, there's traders in every kingdom. So much for that 1,000 years of peace, eh? Dastardly. Maybe. Maybe we'll meet the White Wolf eventually. So, the secret is she's probably supposed to be Wrath's daughter. We did meet Wrath in Fire Emblem 7. And technically, he and Lyn were the 2 that I grouped up from that playthrough. So she's sort of Lyn's daughter in this campaign. So I couldn't let her die. Like, once I looked it up, I'm like, oh, I can't let her just die. So anyway, there you go. And we've already read all that, so we'll skip that. Alright. So, the Ostian Revolt. Let's get to work. Hearing of rebellion, Roy hurries his pace towards Ostia. According to his information, General Lagance, an advisor to Hector, organized a rebellion because he's a jerk, with Lieutenant Debias to surrender to Bern. Basically, everywhere in the world, people are just automatically surrendering. Now, to be fair, if Bern has giant armies of dragons murdering armies like nothing, maybe surrender isn't the worst idea, but it still seems very traitorous. Lagant keeps Lilina hostage in Castle Ostia, thinking she may be of use later. Roy and company enter Ostia in an effort to rescue Lilina. Thinking of a different game. Ostia, the largest and most populous city in Lycia, is to become a battlefield. Probably happened 20 years ago, too. You get to see a lot of, well, they weren't reused for this game. This was all new for this game, but it turns out that a lot of the maps from Fire Emblem 7 were actually just reused from this one. Probably why we got the English translation, I suppose. So, okay, let's spend a second here moving some items around. So, Chad has, you know, some stuff, as we'd expect. I also lost the unlock staff. I accidentally picked that lock with Chad when he had 5 items. And then the 6th item, the unlock staff, was lost. So I didn't lose out on that. That was my cost of redoing the map. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but we'll live. I don't usually use the unlock staves very often, so it should be okay. Okay, so if we're going to keep using Chad, if we want to, we will need to give him a new sword. If we want to use Sue, she actually needs a iron bow, and I realize I don't have any. I couldn't even preemptively bring one to the battle because I didn't have any spares. So there's that. Let's maybe choose our party here quick. We're not going to bring Merlinus or Marcus. I'm not sure about Wolt. Probably a good idea to bring Deke. I'm willing to try Sue. I did read in the guide that she's supposed to be pretty awesome. So, I'm gonna give it a shot. And from what I read, if I let her get promoted to whatever her advanced class is, she can use, I believe, a sword and a bow, which is a really good combination. I'm okay with that. So, that might work. Other than that, what would we change? I guess which archer do we... Well, we've already got Sue. Do we really want to bring Wolt or Dorothy? Or would I rather bring a second healer, maybe? Probably. So of Ellen and Saul, who looks a little bit more on top of things? Saul, magic is like the main healing stat. So he's got a slight advantage, although he's one level above her. And then defensively, speed and luck, and well, speed, defense, resistance are kind of your biggest ones. She's more lucky, he's low luck, slightly higher speed. Like, they're both pretty equal. I'm not a huge fan of Ellen, so maybe I'll just bring Saul. And to be honest, Wolt, I don't know if I don't really like archers that much. I'd probably rather have 2 healers than 2 archers for now. And Clarine at least has a horse, so that helps her get around. I think we need to bring Chad on this map. Well, no, we probably don't. I was looking at the guide a little bit. I try not to spoil too much, but I believe there's an item we can steal on this map if you bring him. You can generally look through, yeah. So, if we wanted to, we can bring Loof, or not, sorry, Loof. We can bring Chad to steal this. I don't know if it's worth it. 3,000 gold, basically, that's basically all he'd be there for. Because I don't think there's any treasure chests, right? Well, there's the castle doors, but we can go the other way. Oh, no, there's treasure. We want to bring him for the treasure. Okay, that's fine. So if we're able to steal the red gem, that's a bonus. But we need him for this path here. Okay. And this is our first, like, large town, so there's a lot to do. Alright, so I guess that's our group. We could also now reposition people. We could have done this last battle. I forgot to mention that. Also, there's an arena. That's exciting. So let's move people around a little bit here. We won't need Chad early on that much. Generally try to put the healers and the mages at the back, and the more sturdy units or really slow units up front. I want to be a little bit careful with Shanna because we've got archers over here all over the place. Alright, well, it's a pretty well-balanced map. We'll see how this goes. Maybe save after we've done our preparations, honestly. Alright, let's fight it out. Let's see how we do. Chapter 7. I like to show off some of my party prep, but I don't want to spend too long on that phase of the episode. Ooh, we see another promoted unit up there. That's a general, I believe. Ilian mercenaries that Hector hired. So we haven't actually heard about these before. Although perhaps you've been watching the left side of the screen. You bloated imbecile! Narcian just keeps flying around. We keep not running into him. That's... I don't think Roy can let that slide. He kind of promised Hector he'd save her. I suppose if I'd thought about it, because there's Wyvern Riders, it would be a good episode to bring 2 archers, because they work pretty good against Wyverns. Of course, the downside is Wyvern Riders tend to have fairly good physical defense and attack, so they can generally shrug off a little bit of arrow fire, and then counter, well, their physical attack can be enough to kill archers pretty quickly. Pegasus Knights are a little bit more vulnerable because they're lower defense. Alright. Most of them. Everyone's pretty pathetic, honestly. Well, Lord Hector's dead, so... I guess Ostia's sort of been conquered, honestly. The main army's all dead because of the dragons, and most of the generals and leaders are either traitors or also dead, so... Oh boy, a band of mercenaries! Hey, how come that guy doesn't have a transparent background? I'll have to fix that after this episode. I saw that, I did see it. Signed a contract, alright. Sure hope he paid them ahead of time, because, yeah, that. Well, these are the loyalist mercenaries I've ever heard of. Real-life mercenaries would never do that. Okay. Even though the world's at war, they want to honor the honor the agreement. Okay. Of course. Yeah, if any of those Wyvern generals showed up this early in the game, we're toast. We'll be done for. Hey, I'm always a fan of a mage general. Let's go that way. You're objecting. Don't listen to Merlinus, he's old. Lycian's in flames! And burns invading everyone in Eli. This guy, don't listen to him. Yeah, we're already basically... Well, we've already practically lost the war. There's bandits everywhere. Hector's dead. Eliwood's probably not long for this world. Most of the generals are gone. Armies are destroyed. I'm probably right. Look, peasant. Yeah, I don't like this Merlinus guy. Can't trust him. Alright, let's have a quick look at some of the units just so I have a bit of a better plan. We got steel bows, apparently these days, mostly. A little bit of iron bow. Well, these are new. We haven't seen any enemy priests before. Physic is, I always call it psychic, but physic is the way it's spelled. Long distance healing, usually very expensive, so if we get any of these, they're very, very precious, but the enemy will just have them because, you know, why not? Probably because the enemy AI is not smart enough to move and heal adjacent very well, so they need long distance healing for their healers to not be totally dumb. I think these work on a range of your magic stat divided by 2, I think. So with a really low magic stat, it's not really good anyway. So the range is probably pretty weak. More thunder. We got some javelin soldiers, iron sword mercs, steel lance knights, javelin soldiers. So I expect it's the usual general routine. I just gotta remember that a good number of these guys have javelins, steel sword and a javelin, you know. Pretty good. Also, we got some Wyvern Riders, first time seeing them. See, 12 defense is pretty good. Like, that's better than the Knights, actually. So yeah, I want to be careful with these Wyvern Riders. They're pretty strong, for sure. Well, this one especially. This one's strong, but not quite as strong. And then the boss is this fat guy. He looks like he's just fodder for Luf. Alright, well let's get to work. Let's there's also a ton of houses to village. Ton of houses to village. Wow, Blue, you're really good at words. Villages to visit and shops to, I don't know, buy stuff, you know. Anyway, yeah, let's get to work. Okay, so there's a few forests here. I'm always a fan of hiding in the forests. I guess if I'd been smart, I might have moved Luf up here, and then he could just destroy this first guy. But maybe Javelin won't do too much damage, but because we're in the forest, it's very difficult for this knight to even hit us back. Javelins are cheap enough. We'll be able to buy some more soon enough, so I don't mind using them. They're not as cheap as the iron lances and iron swords, but it should be okay. I'd like to get someone into that square. Steel lance. Well, let's let that guy come to us a little bit closer. See if he attacks. Oh, he can't even move that far. Okay, that's fine. So we can move up fairly safely a little bit here. Not too far, but let's get the group a little bit more caught up. Also, I'll send Clarine, better get everyone's name down. I'll send Clarine to this village because she's probably not necessary too much this early. Should be fine. Alright, and Luf will be able to wipe out one of these knights if we need him to. Chad's more reserved for now. Should be fine. One thing I need to remember is I need to get him an extra lockpick before too long. So that he doesn't run out of door openings and thievings. Oh, no. Ooh, that's always scary. 1% crit chance. We're just lucky it didn't do too much damage. Oh, I forgot about that. So one of the things I did while I was redoing that last chapter to save myself a little bit of time is I turned animations to custom. We'll have to re-add any new characters to it so we can see their attacks. Well, who are these two fine-looking chaps? Uh-huh. Of course. Yeah, coaching, I get it. Ha ha ha. Time for action. So everyone say hello to the Ilian mercenaries. Jero, I'm gonna guess, is basically Marcus. Just guessing. And Trek, I don't know. A blue cavalier? I don't know what the blue cavalier stats are. We've already got a green and a red one. In Fire Emblem 7, we also had a yellow cavalier. I wonder if that's what Noah will be like. Anyway, let's continue. So let's quickly visit this house, village, whatever. Hey, it's even something she could use. I don't know how many fog maps we'll get. There wasn't very many in Fire Emblem 7, but they were kind of a pain, so it's good to be prepped with some items like this. They're not bad. Alright, I gotta be careful. We got Wyvern Knight coming straight at us. Might be worth like trying to block the road with boars here. 21 attack is a lot. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe focus down this guy first. Just like this, real quick. And then I have a little bit more flexibility with my units on the left side, which are kind of in more threat. Would have been nice if I could have healed Alan this turn, to be honest. I still could pull him back. No, I was thinking boars might take the spot in the forest. much defense do you have, Deke? 7. How much do you have, Lot? 5. But Lot has a lot of HP. So I could put him in the forest. And he could take a hit maybe from one archer and one wyvern. And at least the forest gives him 2 more defense. Alright, we'll think about that in a second. We will want to, like, talk to these guys, obviously, right? So because these mercenaries really like getting their crits, maybe I should try to focus him down. See how Sue can do, just... 5 damage isn't much. It's not worth a whole lot. 8 damage times 2. Okay, so she's pretty good against the totally slow javelin soldiers. We need someone to kill this knight, though. That's my weakness here, obviously. We got no more magic. My axe guy is on the wrong side. I guess maybe it should just be Roy here. It's not great, but it's probably the most damage we'll be able to do in the first turn. Also, there you go. Thank you, Roy. Good use of the rapier. I mean, it's an okay level up. Alright, so now we can have someone like Rutger, who's pretty good. He's actually just fast enough to get a double here as well, which is solid. When possible, like, you know, it's the perfect amount of speed and critical. Alright, Rutger's pretty good. I like it. You're off to a fine start there, my man. Even faster. Alright, so, looks like the right side is all right. Yeah, we're gonna let Shanna do some damage and probably dodge, except I have to double check. Yeah, I knew there was an archer up here. So she might get hit by this guy. Which is out of range. Out of range, okay. I'd like to have Lance free for the left side, so I'm gonna try to get Sue and Shanna to deal with this. I went with Sue first. If she got hit, she could be healed up safely. And then Shanna could finish it off. But Sue's the one I'd like to get a couple levels up on, I guess, so. Different priorities. And it's only at 29% anyway. Shanna's probably fine. Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Javelin soldiers, not terribly scary. And bam! Bingo, bango, bongo. So I didn't pay a ton of attention when she was leveling up for her first couple levels up. She's joined at level 1. I got her a couple level ups on the last battle. But she seems to be getting a lot of stat growth to me. That was a good level up, and I think her first couple were also pretty reasonable. So she is looking like she's probably our best archer. And she has... you know, movement of 7, so maybe she will be really good, and that'll make it worth me going back to redo that last chapter. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I gotta do, I forgot. Well, that was terrible. That's not the level up we wanted. So yeah, I've turned the animations to solo, so mostly I'm just trying to avoid the healing animations, just to save a little bit of... Oops, dang it, what did I just do? Tell me that didn't reset it. No, I remember. Thank you. Alright, good. Okay, now the tricky side. Alan's not going to get healed here. Yeah, I think we go for this shot. Alright, unfortunately that missed. Now we're down to probably putting... Yeah, I'm probably gonna put Deke in the forest here, so have Alan move out of the way. That should be pretty safe. 95% chance to just finish this guy off before he does anything. I figured Deke might not be the best choice to defend against the Wyvern Knight, but he was more guaranteed to kill that guy, and that way we're in the forest against whatever happens next. He can be hit possibly by an archer and by the Wyvern Rider. And the Wyvern Rider does get weapon advantage, but I think we should be okay. We're also going to equip the hand axe in case the archer goes after Lot. Lance is going to move a little bit closer. They're not going to be able to hit Luff, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll keep Chad over here just in case he can help, and that'll do. Alright, here goes. Good dodge. I really like these forests with good agile units. Definitely really strong defense. I mean, it's no mountaintop, but like, you can't always get a mountain when you want. Shanna's pretty dodgy just in general already, which is definitely going to help her stay alive. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty glad I put Deke there. Now we should be able to clean those up, get that kill, get a couple kills. 3. Alright, now, our allies, we will need to sort of rescue soon enough before they steal all my experience. Jerks. Oh, hey there. She kind of reminds me of Lynn. Even a 3-letter name. So they're sort of tutorialing us on arenas. We'll talk about that later. Maybe we'll go to the Western Isles ourselves one day. I don't think miners are particularly good at sword fighting, though. Sure, they're strong, but, like, it's not really where you learn how to sword fight. Oh, it's all about romance. Fair enough. Excellent. Noah, you're on the team. Also, she looked like a mermaid. We like mermaidens around this place. Okay, so let's see. What are we looking at? Deke took a little bit of damage. Shanna's looking strong. We need to stop Jarrett from killing everything and stealing the experience. Trek, mostly we need to talk to him to recruit him just so he doesn't die. Unfortunately, I didn't move Roy quite close enough here. That's my bad. Well, I guess we have to deal with this guy here. It's pretty good damage. 20 damage altogether. Probably could let Sue finish it off again. Does Roy... Roy's level 7. He's doing fine. He might take 8 if he gets hit, but you can always heal him up. Oh. Today is just the day of crits. We're getting an awful lot of really low percent crit hits today. Alright, that's fine. You know what? Instead, you go finish this guy off. Pretty much for sure. I said pretty much for sure. 2 chances at 82 means there's a reasonable chance she would have failed that, honestly. I should have double checked. Wasn't super safe. Alright, now I don't know if we're gonna be able to kill this knight. Probably not likely. I mean, we basically need to get a crit there for that to work. Like, I could possibly send Shanna up to kill the mage. That's not quite enough damage, and she might miss anyway. Let's just have Rutger hang out in the forest defensively. And, just gonna keep people back a little bit, sort of defended. But yeah, I was hoping we could recruit Jarrett this turn. Just gotta talk to him with Roy, I think. And also, there's Noah over here, another Cavalier. So many Cav. Alright, so Burn, Wyvern Rider. One of the weaknesses is to magic. That's a really good combo from Luff. Awesome. So, you know, Pegasus Knights tend to have high resistance, so they're good mage killers. Wyvern Riders, not so much. A little bit more physical, defense oriented. Less speed, more strength, and defense. And apparently not much resistance. Okay. How do we deal with this? Might get hit by that guy. Archer first. Gonna let Chad take a couple stabs at him. Not gonna do a ton of damage, but it gets him a little bit of experience and all that. I think I may have leveled up a couple weapon ranks when I redid that last chapter that didn't happen before. So I think a couple people have, like, you know, they've gone from E to D or whatever like that. We're gonna want to heal Alan up, but we can have him attack first so that everyone's closer together a bit better. 12 damage. Oh no, not quite. Damn. Okay, that's not quite enough damage, so maybe it's only 12 damage as well. Like, I was hoping to get boars up this way to that spot so we can block. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. How are our levels looking? Everyone's level 7, except Deke. I guess it doesn't really matter who gets the kill, really. If you hit, this will be pretty good. Excellent. Just enough damage. Alright, and then Lance. Just enough speed to get 2 hits, that's fine. Pretty much outclassing this guy by far. Oh, I guess we're at 30 minutes already. Dang! Time just flies. Try the hand axe? Won't kill him. Let's block up the forest. Oh, you know, I could have rescued him out of the way and then moved up and attacked with the iron axe, I guess. But there, now that I've turned healing animations off, we sort of save some time here with all these. If you guys want to see some more healing animations, you know, I can turn them on later or something, it's fine. But it's fairly low priority. Excellent. Good job, Alan. Well then, we've got an extra move, let's visit the village. Look at this great bow. It's a really good bow. Ah, yes, longbows are pretty good. It's possible that the nomads cannot use them, though. So, one of the advantages of the, you know, footman archer type unit is they can take advantage of longbows. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure in this game if they made that distinction. It's possible that Sue can use it just fine. I guess we'll go a little bit longer. If we cut the episode here, then the next episode will be over an hour again. So maybe we'll just do like 45-minute episodes or something. Don't kill all my rebel XP. Jerks. Stealing all my experience. Okay, that's enough of that. Well, they stole a couple more kills. let's put an end to this. Hey, Sir Jarrett. My name is Roy. They call me Roy. Oh. Also, my dad is old. He was a true warrior. You guys ever see Hector fight? He was awesome. Righto. Okay, so that only recruits him. He can recruit, like, Jero's kind of the leader of the troop. He can recruit the others to join us. Okay, I guess. Thanks. Get to it. It'll all work out. That's pretty good. So, by the way, new unit. Say hello to Jero. The Lord of Edessa leads the Ilian mercenary knights. And Trek, mercenary from Ilia, likes to sleep. Good deal. Looks kind of dopey. I'm not sure if I'm going to really like him very much if he's sleeping on the job. We'll also get Noah in a second. Apparently lacks social skills, but he looks just fine to me. And I guess we haven't seen, or we haven't read... Who is it? Deke. Former arena fighter from Etruria. We run into a few people from Etruria for sure. Okay, well, we've mostly cleared out the first wave. I would say. Gotta be a little bit careful about this guy, so don't move up too far. I don't suppose you could recruit. No. Now we could do. Oh, I forgot all about that. A classic old trick to deal with allied units stealing kills. You rescue them so they can't move, and then you drop them next to whoever recruits them when it's time to recruit them. Ah, now I remember. Could have done that last turn if I was smart, I guess. Alright, well, let's see if we can get Sue some more kills. That's gonna be tough. Maybe. Let's see if Shanna can help out. Yeah, why not? Alright, so Sue can do like 8 damage, maybe. So you gotta hit this guy a little bit more. Unless we get a critical, this should be about right. No criticals today, okay. A-okay. And then, yeah, if we can finish this guy off, hopefully. Pretty good odds. Might take a little bit of damage, but it's not gonna kill her. It's gonna be the joke for the whole Let's Play. Sue will be fine. I don't know how you get a horse with green hair. Must be some special breed from the Sakai Plains. Yeah, she probably could use a little bit of resistance. Alright, Rutger should be healed up. So should Roy. Roy kind of gets priority because he's the leader of the group. And yeah, I'm actually going to go pick up Noah because I don't want him accidentally attacking or doing something stupid, basically. Alright, now for the left flank, we should be fine here. Nothing too much to worry about. I was hoping that Luff could get close enough to wipe this guy out, but it's not quite enough mobility. Lance should probably get healed up. Could probably arrange that. Chad. Boars is not going to get very far, so maybe we'll just go with this attack. Nothing super impressive, but he's not going to take any damage back, so. Okay. Slow start. How about the Deaconator? We could armor. Ooh, that could work. I don't like using this too often, but why not? Just to demonstrate the power of the Deke. I don't want to waste that though. That's too good to be used up early on in the game. Sure, 74%. not too much to worry about on this side, I don't think. We should heal up and then have Lance attack. We will have a chance for Luff to finish this guy off as well. Level 8 already. Yeah, he's doing better. Yeah, we'll probably have to use Luff to finish him. This, Rebel Cav is, doing quite well at dodging. It feels like he's dodged a lot of attacks this turn. But that's the end of his life, right here. Alright, thank you, my mage. My one mage. Okay, well, I think we are pretty solid here. We do want to deal with this archer and visit all these villages. Let's, this is probably safe. Yeah. Let's have Shanna rush over this way. She won't quite kill even if she hits twice. This guy's got elf fire. I think it's L fire, but I always read it as elf fire, just to be odd. That's an upgraded fire spell. That's a possibly rank C weapon. Kind of like higher tier weapon than most of the stuff we can get right now. Sue's gonna use her amazing magic resistance now to show that she can kill mages too. Alright. Probably should heal up. No, not gonna be able to heal up Trek. So Jero, chances are, like Marcus, he's just gonna be relegated to, I don't know, caravan duty, I guess. We'll see about these other two new Cavaliers, but, like, we've got a lot of Cavaliers now. This puts us at 4 Cav and 2 Paladins. Oh, I probably could have had Jero recruit him rather than Roy. That would have saved me some time. It's all good. Alright, let's send him to visit the house. Hey, some elixir! This is good stuff. So they're kind of like vulneraries, except possibly full healing? Let me check. Full HP, like a vulnerary, except really good. Those are good. That's worth holding on to, I'd say. Save that for an emergency for sure. Like early on, a vulnerary is like 10 HP, which is good enough. An elixir could heal you like 40 or 50 HP if you had a lot of pool. Okay, so probably should end the episode, I guess. Let me just check this shop out first. Ooh, we got new magic. So, we'll probably want to send our mage here. Thunderspell, I was never a huge fan of in the original. Like, we get 1 more damage and 5 more crits for 15% less hit rate. And the weight probably doesn't matter much. I don't know if anybody has 1 constitution, so 2 weights doesn't really matter. But, you know, 15% chance to hit is significant. And all you're getting is a tiny little bit of damage. So it's not a very good upgrade, in my opinion. We can buy door keys for cheap. Chest keys are not so much. But, that's not really the shop I want to go to. I want to find out, like, weapons. Yeah, weapons. Everyone loves weapons. Okay, you're gonna get healed up. I guess we could mention the arena now. Okay, so the only way that I feel comfortable using the arena is if you're willing to use save states, which is sort of cheating, but if you mess up, people die permanently, and then you're either reloading or just wasting your time. But you can sort of arena grind for levels here and money if you want. So it costs money to wager. Once you've paid this money, it's gone for good. If you win, you'll get double that back. If you run away by pressing, or at least holding the B button, you can run away. But you can't just run away anytime. I think it waits till your next turn. So, like if the enemy is getting a double attack, you might press B and they'll still wait till they're finished their attacks till the end of the round before you'll actually escape, and that might be too much. So you've got to be very tactical on when you run away. If you're like you've got to do some quick math when you look at the enemy round. And you can generally escape before you die, but sometimes you get really terrible luck or somebody gets a crit. And then your guy's dead forever. It's permadeath. Yeah. So we're evenly matched. We have a slight advantage, and we got a lucky dodge right off the bat. At 2, like, okay, we're just slaughtering this guy. Okay, we got really lucky. So Lot gets some XP, gets his level up. It's acceptable. That's actually pretty good stats for him. I'll take that. And we make a little bit of money. So, like, you can do this without save stating if you're really careful. I prefer to save and reload a little bit. But I also don't, for the Let's Play, I don't really want to over-level people anyway. Like, you could spend a lot of turns just moving people into the arena, killing a couple guys, getting a couple level ups. You know, you can get everyone up to like level 10, 15, 20, whatever, and tens of thousands of gold. But that just makes the rest of the game less interesting. So I won't be really doing that. My rule tends to be for Let's Plays, like, if I have a unit that's really struggling to keep up, like, you know, if Sue really needed a couple levels up, I might send her to the arena to get level 6 or 7, but that would be the only reason I would use the arena, is just to catch someone up who was too low, or struggling to kill, right? Like, you could try to level up your thief in there. They tend to not do terribly well. Mages are difficult too, because they die so quickly, but most of your melee guys can train up fairly well. Anyway, I think we're going to call this an episode. Next episode, we'll visit the rest of the villages, do a little bit of shopping, grab the chests, and head for the boss. So hopefully this was about half the chapter, and that'll be fine. Let me just move everybody over together, I guess. Oh, let me... Okay, I actually luckily managed to dodge that wyvern. Should be careful. We'll just see if the enemy does anything interesting, and then we'll call that an episode, I guess. I suppose another fair way to use the arena would be not to delay the map and just do the arena only, but like, if you just left a few people doing the arena visits while your team, you know, went towards the boss. That way you'd get a few turns of arena without sticking around and grinding for it. Like, that would probably be fair as well. So I might do that. Like, I might just leave 1 or 2 people behind to get a couple turns of arena, and while the rest of the force clears the map. That's probably fair. But any more than that, I feel is kind of cheating. Cheating, you know what I mean? Like, it's just grinding in a Fire Emblem game. You're not supposed to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time for the rest of the map.